Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael and I'm currently on a journey to reach a $1 million net worth. If you're unfamiliar with me or this channel, in June of this past year, I was able to finally finish paying off all my $140,000 worth of student loans, and the only remaining debt I have left in my finances is my mortgage. Now, I typically would post a Transfer Tuesday, but I thought maybe because I haven't done this in a while, I would finally make another net worth update video. I know my net worth update videos typically get quite a bit of response from you guys. They seem to be the more popular videos, and I get it. There's usually a little bit more to see in a net worth update video than my typical Transfer Tuesday videos, where it's just adding a few $100 each week to my either investment portfolios or my savings fund. Now, before I get in and show you guys my net worth tracking spreadsheet, I want to, before we get in, give you guys a heads up that we are going to see some interesting things in this video. Some numbers are going to be staying put, but most numbers are going to be moving. Some numbers are going to be moving in a direction I did not think they were going to be moving in, and I'll be asking for a little bit of a crowd participation at that point to maybe give me some clarity, because I might be just as confused as the rest of you as to why some of these numbers moved in the ways they have. So stay tuned and we'll check it out together. Okay, so hopefully you guys can now see my net worth tracking spreadsheet. Just to give you guys a brief update in case you missed the last video, and I know it's been a while since I made a net worth update video. Back in, let's start, in April of 2021, which is when I first started tracking these numbers. Very different story back then. I had a ton of student loan debt left over, and liabilities looked different, assets looked different. And at that time, March, April of 2021, I had about negative $56,000 of negative net worth. Fast forward to the last time I made a video in July of 2024, this year. I calculated my net worth with my new numbers since paying off my last of my federal student loans, and I had a positive net worth of $110,000 of positive net worth. So that's a major difference. Great movement there. So in today's video, we are going to be going through and plugging in the new numbers with an updated numbers for October 2024. I have the numbers right now. They're actually filled in, but they're blacked out so that you guys can't see them. But as we talk about them, I'll reveal them to you. So we'll see how the movement happens this time around. So we're going to first start with talking about my house, the house value of my home. And as many of you know, I'm going to make this brief because I feel like I'm a record, sometimes a broken record. I just keep repeating the same thing. Whenever I make these net worth update videos, I don't go through and do a full home assessment, because that costs money, it takes time, and I don't like to spend a lot of time on these videos more than I have to. I like making these videos, but I don't want to have to spend weeks on making a video. So Zillow is very easy. You can go online, just plug in your home address, and it spits out a number that gives you quite a big range. It gives you like a $40,000 to $50,000 range. I get it's not the most accurate way to determine what your home is valued at, let alone what it could sell at, but I've used it pretty consistently with making these videos. So, according to Zillow, my current home value and my asset, the first thing we're going to plug in, it says that my home is valued at $176,000 or $176,500. Obviously, that's gone down a little bit since the last time I did it in July, but once again, we're not using the most accurate assessment here, so I'm not going to put much, I don't know, I'm taking all this with a grain of salt, I guess is what I'm trying to say, when it comes to both my house value and my vehicle value, because I'll just spit that out right now. It says I'm at $4,300 for my vehicle value, because vehicles obviously go down in value pretty quickly, especially when you're from upstate New York, and the roads are terrible, they're full of potholes, and there's salt on the road half the year that eats away at your car. So yeah, nothing too much out of the ordinary with those two categories. I wanted to get them out of the way with quickly, because that's not the exciting stuff in today's video. That's not the big movements I was talking about in the intro. Let's get now to this next category, which this was actually a surprising one for me, and you'll see why. Savings and cash. Every single week on this channel, well, mostly every single week that I show you guys, I make transfers to my savings account with Ally Savings Bank. usually in the range of $200, $250, and that's usually every week. And I do that to save up for different categories. Christmas funds, vacation funds, new vehicle funds, etc. So I was expecting this number to be higher than it was in July. Not as high as it was back in May or last year. That's a whole different story. I'm not going to go into that right now. But I was expecting this number to be quite a bit higher. But to my shock, it was not. Literally only about $200 or so higher. And I don't know the reason to that one. I'm actually kind of shocked. I think it might have been, there's a couple factors that actually could be the reason for that. In July, when I made the video, it could have been at a time when I had just received 2 paychecks and made no payment towards my credit cards to fully pay them off. It could be at a time when the mortgage hadn't gone through yet, so there'd be an extra $1,000 on the plate. Because the savings and cash takes into account both my local bank account and the Ally Savings Bank. So that's what I'm thinking. It could be that when I measured it this time, when I looked at those numbers for my savings with my local bank account and Ally, that it was just at a time where I've already paid off a lot of the bills this month, and so the cash is going to be lower. I do have a paycheck coming in this Friday, and then I have another side hustle income paycheck coming in, hopefully end of next week. So that number should continue to rise by quite a bit, but we're not there yet. In fact, I haven't even been paid yet for my side hustle income since it started back up at the beginning of the school year. Half of that's my fault, half of it's just the way the system works. Anyway, moving on now to 401k, and this is an exciting number to report to you guys. 401k for me is just one of those set it and forget it types of investments, and it's been growing. It's been productive. So from July of 2024 to now October of 2024, we are sitting at quite a big jump here from 32,000, just under 33,000, now to just under $38,000 in my 401k. So that's looking nice and healthy. That's growing at a pretty sizable rate, I would always say there. I always use that word in these videos, sizable. Is that even a real thing? Is that a word? Sizable? Who knows? My computer's telling me that the internet shut off. Hopefully it's still recording. Moving on now down to my Roth IRA. Now we have seen some productivity here because, like with my savings accounts, I do make Roth IRA contributions every single week, usually, and you guys get to see that in my Transfer Tuesday videos. So, with my Roth IRA, we are sitting at now of October 2024, $8,122.86. So that one has grown by the amount I would anticipate it growing. I don't know why my savings and cash didn't grow because I also contribute to that as well. Who knows? Anyway, taxable stocks, nothing to report there. I haven't even checked on my, I think I mentioned that TD Ameritrade is now part of Charles Schwab, and so you can't access your account from TD Ameritrade anymore. You have to log in through Charles Schwab, and I haven't done that yet. Sorry, I'm super lazy there. I am going to make that a goal for myself, though, by the end of the year to look into and open up my taxable brokerage account again so I can see where it's at and maybe even make some contributions here and there based on what I feel comfortable with. I don't like to just, it's somewhere up there, maybe between $1,200 and $2,000, but I don't know, I can't check it. So just to show you guys that, I put it at 0. All right, so if we add up the assets here, if we add up this green column and we look at the total value for October 2024 for my assets, we will see that we are sitting at a positive, an increase, $239,392.62. The biggest contributing factor to that going up, obviously, was that 401k. With a nice big jump there, $5,000 with 401k, and then roughly around $2,500, $3,000 with the Roth IRA. So that's why we saw the increase now to to this number, $239,392,000. And I'm going to fix that, make it green like the rest of it. So let's move on now to liabilities. And I'm going to go quickly through liabilities because really we're only going to be talking about the last number, which is the mortgage. Because these headstones here are all loans that have been paid off. Private loans, federal loans, car loan, gone. All that's gone. We're left with just my mortgage. And this is the thing that shocked me the most when I was doing the research for this video. Because the mortgage to me, I mean, it's been from July to October. And I get mortgage decreases very slowly, especially when you're on a 30-year mortgage. I think I have a 3% interest. But it gets paid every single month. The money gets automatically withdrawn. I know I'm making the correct payments. So I would assume that it'd be a little bit lower. That's what I would assume, right? No. Where are we at? This, $124,257. That catches me by complete surprise because it's been from July to October and it's gone up. I'm confused. So this is where I said, audience participation, please. I don't understand that whatsoever. It's not like I've missed a payment, and it's not like I've underpaid. I literally, before making this video, went through and checked to make sure every month since then I've been making the payments. I haven't got anything that said I was delinquent or missed a payment or underpaid or anything like that. In fact, I think the payment is set to overpay by a little bit, the automatic withdrawal. So I was confused on this. I know sometimes depending on when in the month I check that number, based on if the amount has gone through or not, the website may not update, so it could be that. But that just seems so strange. Why in July of this year would it be lower than in October? Because literally my payment didn't change. I don't know. I'm confused on that one. But let's wrap things up for the asset or the liability column here. And you will see that brings my liabilities up by that amount. Little over $1,000 or a little less than $1,000 there to an increase to my liabilities. But I don't understand why. So yeah, just my mortgage there. But let's wrap things up totally by looking at the net worth altogether. We calculate the net worth by looking at all my assets, getting their value, which we did, and then looking at my liabilities, getting their value, and then subtracting the liabilities from the assets. That gets me now, October 2024, to a amount of, we went up, $115,135.56. So even with that mortgage hiccup, which I don't understand, and the savings in cash not going up by the amount I anticipated it going up, I still saw a positive growth in my net worth this month. Looking from July to October, would I have liked to see more? Well, yes, if my savings account grew by what I thought it grew by. But I guess that's why it's helpful to make these net worth update videos, because not only is it really updating you guys on how things are going with me, it actually helps me keep tabs on my own finances, because sometimes taking a step back and looking at the big picture with where things are at can, alert you to potentially something you might be doing wrong or an area you might be missing in your more broad financial picture of your household, of your finances. So we still saw positive growth, so that's a plus. We're moving in the right direction. That direction being plugging away to get at $1 million, which right now I'm quite a distance away from. Well, I'm just going to be honest there. But, how do you eat the elephant? You got to take one bite at a time. I've been telling myself that at least recently with different tasks I have to do around the house. So I'm going to use it here with finances. You got to take one bite at a time. It's a large mountain to climb. There's a lot of different metaphors we can use here besides eating elephants. So I'll eventually make it there, but it's going to take a lot of work and maybe a little bit more fine-tuning with the finances. And obviously I've discussed in some of my other videos and my Transfer Tuesday videos that there are other things on the horizon for me, hopefully on the horizon, in the planning stage for investments. I know right now I just contribute to my 401k, my Roth IRA, and I have a savings fund that is a high interest savings, but I would like to have other forms of investment as well. You know, I don't think I'm going to save myself in terms of saving money to get to $1 million. That would take way longer than it would to invest to $1 million. So that's the plan, and I'm not in a complete hurry to get there. I'm right now spending a few months here just kind of, I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos, there's been a lot of things break down recently. Just today, my vehicle's battery decided that it want to kick over on the first turn. So who knows? That's probably going. So there's all those little things that, you know, break down all at once. But we'll get there. Well, I'll take care of it, and eventually we'll see some even bigger numbers in the net worth column here. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, for watching this video, for your words of encouragement, hopefully for some of your help on some of the questions I had during this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.